Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first visit, you'll notice I do a lot of product reviews, particularly on photographic and camera gear. Well, today I'm going to cover 10 reasons why I purchased the Panasonic GH5 and why you might want to consider it as a worthy contender for your money. So these reasons aren't in any particular order, they've just come as I've written them down. And as I say, there's not like 1 to 10 as number one's the most important, etc. It isn't like that at all. But one of the reasons, as in, I use this as number one reason, the screen on the the screen on the back is absolutely superb. I think it's 3.2 inches. And when you're filming outdoors, it's really bright, so much better than the Sonys. On the Sony A6500 and the A7R II that I own, when you're shooting in 4K, the screen dims like you wouldn't believe. It just goes into almost darkness. It's completely useless. You do need to either use the viewfinder. Luckily, the two viewfinders on those two cameras are very, very good. Although the viewfinder on this one is even better. But the screen on this one doesn't dim. It's absolutely awesome. So you can use this outdoors and you don't have to worry about plugging in an external monitor. So there's one. Second reason, it's the screen on the back. Getting back to the screen, when you plug a HDMI lead in, the screen on the back stays on when you hit the record button. On the Sonys, when you hit record on the camera, the screen goes black. The menus around the outside of the screen stay on, but the actual screen itself goes black, and that's completely bonkers. So, I mean, that's fine if you've got an external recorder or monitor, but if you're using this to touch focus, you know, you can't do that because you can't see what you're focusing on. So, pretty dumb. Also, if you're using the external monitor for a director or producer to see, you know, what you're filming, it's turned the other way, well then you can't see what you're doing because the screen's gone blank. So another very positive reason to go for the GH5. Another reason, there is no record limit on this camera. It will keep on going for as long as the battery lasts, or as long as how big the SD cards are. Where on the Sonys, well, and also the Olympuses and all the other mates, you've got a 30-minute record limit, and then you have to start again. Nothing on this, it will just keep on going and going and going. So great for conferences and you know, shows, events where you need to keep it running. Another reason, it has internal 10-bit 422 recording. Now, that in itself isn't one of the major reasons I actually purchased the GH5, because the internal 8-bit 420 recording on the Sonys is excellent. It is really, really good. And the only time you're going to need 10-bit 422 if you're doing broadcast work, or if you're doing something that needs heavy grading or green screen work. But the fact that it will record internally 10-bit 422 on the SD cards, I think it's fantastic. It's a great thing to have if you need it. Another reason, right, this is a great reason. I really wish my A7R II and my A6500 had this feature. On the top here, you've got a mode dial. I don't know if on this close-up camera is picking that up. You've got a mode dial on the top here, and you've got on here all your standard program settings, aperture privacy, shutter privacy, whatever. But it's got a custom 1, 2, and 3 setting. I don't know if you can see that. Custom 1, 2, and 3. Now, what you can do in the menu, you can preset those up to how you want to set your filming up. So I've got one set up for slow motion, I've got the other one set up for cinema 4K, and the third one set up to crop the sensor in a bit tighter. So if you've got a lens where it isn't a tremendous telephoto lens and you just want to get in just that wee bit tighter, well, quite a bit tighter, I can just switch it to that, and then it crops it in tighter. And it's an excellent feature. I really, really like that. On the Sonys, you have to go through the whole menu structure, which is what you would have to do on here. You know, I don't know if you can see the menu on that, but you'd have to go through the menu and set it up manually. It takes forever. It's a right pain in the arse. But on here, Panasonic have put up pre-programs. Love it. It's really, really useful feature. Another one, again, it's got in here, again, in the menu setting, you've got a My Menu feature. Again, whether you can see that, I don't know. You've got a My Menu feature in here. Can we see that? Yeah, My Menu. Now, in that, you can put all your favourite menus, well, not menus, all your favourite functions from the different menus. So you don't have to keep scrolling through the whole menu system to get to what you want. If it's in My Menu and you use it regularly, just put it straight in there. I mean, mine's empty at the moment. I haven't set it up because I haven't had the camera long enough to play with that, but I will do. That's a great feature again. Another one is long battery life. Yeah, very long battery life on this. I say very long, not as good as the GH4, but it's still much, much better than the Sony's. My A6500, the A7R2, whatever, takes a little FW50 batteries, and they're so tiny, you don't get very long filming out of them, probably 40 minutes, 45 minutes. On here, this will go on for a good couple of hours before you need to change the battery. Very, very pleased with the battery on this. And I say, if you own a GH3 or GH4, same battery, you know, excellent. Very pleased with that indeed. Another reason, yeah, it doesn't overheat. Not overheating is tremendous with the GH3. Well, the GH3, the GH4, the GH5, none of them overheated, and this one doesn't. I've experienced on one occasion my A6500 overheating and the camera shut down. It only did it for once, but once is too many times, you know. This, you can take this out confidently, knowing that you'll get the shoot in and the damn thing isn't going to overheat and shut down on you. That's a big downside with the Sonys. They do have the habit of overheating. And then we've got, yeah, another great advantage with this over the Sony A6500, the A7R2, and many A6300, many of the other Sonys. I'm comparing this very much to the Sonys. You're probably noticing that because I'm very familiar with the Sony range. I own quite a few of the Sony cameras and I love them. I'm actually filming this on my RX10 Mark II, which is a bridge camera, but a very, very nice camera. And up there, my close-ups of this shot is being filmed on my little Sony A5100. So I have to compare this with a product that I'm familiar with. And I say, this camera is brilliant because it's got the twin SD card slot. Whether you can see that, I don't know. It's got the two SD card slots on the back here, well, on the side actually, which is superb. So with two cards, you've got redundancy built in, which is awesome. So if you're going out filming a wedding or something really important, you know you're going to come back with the footage. Even if one SD card is corrupt, the likelihood of a second one being corrupt is extremely rare. In fact, I don't even know if it's ever happened, but and that is awesome. Again, I know the Sony A7R Mark III and the A9's got twin SD card slots, and that's tremendous. But this one has them as well, where my other Sonys don't have twin SD card slots. I get around it by working with either the Atomos Ninja Blade if I'm filming HD or the Ninja Flame, and that way I can record internally on the camera and externally on the Ninja Flame or the Ninja Blade. So I get my redundancy by you know, having a backup on the camera or the Flame or whatever. But if you don't want to carry around all that equipment, it's all built in to the body of this camera, you know, which is superb. And it's got a full size, I've picked this up for a reason, it's got a full size HDMI port. Again, whether that can be seen or not, I don't know, but full size HDMI port. None of these little micro or mini HDMI, particularly the micro HDMI ports on the Sonys, they're awful. They're always, I say always breaking, they're not always breaking, but the cables are very dodgy and it's not a great concept. And this one, you've got no fears because it's a full-size HDMI port. And Panasonic, wow, wonderful of them. They've actually supplied, I know it costs them pennies to do it, but they've actually supplied a HDMI, get it round the right way, a HDMI plug protector, lead protector, and port protector really. And that just screws onto the side of the camera, and you've got a built-in HDMI cable protector. What a great idea that is. Really, really pleased with that. That's worked a treat. So when you plug your HDMI lead in, the likelihood of it falling out or causing damage to the camera is extremely unlikely. So there you go. I mean, there's a lot more positive things about the GH5. I haven't covered the image quality and the XLR adapters that fit on it, etc, etc. I will cover that in another video. And also I will do another video of points that I don't necessarily like about the GH5 and why I would never sell me Sonys. So I mean, I'm lucky. I've got both. I've got the Micro Four Thirds system, obviously interchangeable lenses. The other nice thing, well, actually, it's very similar to the Sonys. You can buy adapters, so you can adapt other lenses to the Micro Four Thirds system. I've adapted my Sony art lenses, which are Canon EF mount, for both now my Sonys, because I've got the MC11 adapter for the Sony, and I've got the Metabones adapter for the Panasonic. But yeah, great system, great camera. I will be following up on this, as I say, with more videos. So there we go. So I do hope you enjoyed that and you found that useful. If you do enjoy my channel and you enjoy my videos, can you please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button and tell all your friends? I would love that because it really helps me when I see those emails coming through saying you got a new subscriber. It means a lot to me and it makes it more worthwhile me doing them. So many thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy it and see you on the next one. Thanks again. Bye.